Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough, little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of the Jamo and Dylan show. Today is episode 255. How you going, Dill?
I'm good, mate. It's been a big week. We've got a good Friday planned. We're going to smash out some content. We're going to varsity with the boys this afternoon. So
We are.
A good week, a busy week, and a nice start to the weekend.
It definitely is. You've summed that up really nicely. Now, guys, a confession to make, and it's actually quite a sad and happy confession. The lost files deal. So what's happened this week is, well, it actually happened this morning. I was just going through some requests on our Instagram messages, and look, we've talked to you guys about the fact that we've lost a lot of messages or we're not getting as many as we used to.
Yep.
That's not the case. The messages are still coming through from you guys, but they've been coming through requests and then hidden requests.
Yep, so we have a primary, a general, a requests folder, and then Instagram has a hidden request folder that doesn't, and there's actually no notifications attached to it. You have to manually go in there and look through it. Jamo's gone in there and gone, there's so many messages in here that we didn't even know were there.
I had a look at it and it says, you're right. We've got the primary, general request. You click on that. Then it says hidden request 0.
But it said 0 even when there was lots in there. That's the problem.
Then you click it and then you've got lots of spam and stuff.
Yep.
But then amongst the spam was a lot of your guys' messages. So we've discovered that there's guys and girls who have talked to us for 4 or 5 years with no reply.
But now you're in the primary or general, so you're on board. It's all good. And we appreciate it.
So what we'll do now is every week we'll check the requests and make sure that everything is all sweet and we've got you guys in the primary or general.
Hopefully now that we've gone through the requests, it will allow Instagram to filter it a bit better for us.
Maybe,
you know, and then put them in requests. That would be nice.
That would be great. Or even if it just popped it in. Oh, requests is decent though, because sometimes you do get a lot of shit that you just don't want to see. But the hidden requests, the lost files, that's what we were sorting out today. And the benefit of that is that we've got a lot of content here today, which has actually, it's supposed to be in the last few episodes that slipped through the cracks.
But today's a good app.
So we've got a little bit of everything. The question that I put out only like 2 hours ago was about first dates. And we had a few people reply to that, which is great. But we also have a lot of stuff from previous episodes and just a lot of good things today. So really excited for this one. As you said, it's a great day. Let's get cracking. All right, I've got a question for you straight away, Jill.
Let's do it.
You get $100 million, but you get dropped in a random part of the ocean for 30 seconds every day for 5 years.
Ooh.
So, $100 million, but you get dropped in a random part of the ocean for 30 seconds every day for 5 years. I found this one on Reels, so shout out to the Reels account that I found this.
Okay, so I've got $100 million, so I will be able to construct a system for someone to find me every day. The problem is that's going to be expensive.
Yeah, I think once the 30 seconds is up, you spawn back to wherever you were.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, you're taking a risk because you could get dropped right with where sharks are.
I feel like if it's every day for 5 years, you'll get eaten eventually.
I agree.
Yeah.
So,
but it's only 30 seconds a day.
Exactly. So can you fight off a shark for 30 seconds? And you don't know what time of the day it's going to be either.
I'll fucking do it. 30 seconds.
Imagine if they drop you in there midnight. Oh my God.
Because I would like $100 million, bro. I'll just hire Michael Phelps. I'd be like, teach me. Or like a Navy SEAL, survival swimming. Do I get to know when the 30 seconds is as well? Or is it going to be random? Like,
I assume it would
sucks
happen.
if I'm at dinner and then you just go missing for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Carly's all lonely, bro, in the restaurant.
It's only 30 seconds though.
He's just gone to the bathroom.
Or you can probably tell her what's happening.
When I import back, am I soaking wet or am I back in my dinner clothes, like dry?
Well, that's a good one. Surely that wouldn't change the fact that you're doing it for 100 mil.
It might, bro. Really?
You don't like that?
Back. I'm just back in the middle of the restaurant, all fucking
minor inconvenience every day.
It's tough. Like, probably. Would you take it?
You'd probably give it.
You have to give it a go. At least give it a go. Yeah. If you die in that 30 seconds at any point, does the money still stay? Like, then can my family have that? You know,
I don't know.
my
Like,
wife.
what if you die day one? Surely you haven't earned that. But then you're also taking the risk.
If like I would do it if the money then stays and that could be given to kids, parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it could stay in the family and build a bit of an empire, yeah. I think I'd do it.
It's a good question. Imagine you get dropped. Okay, so I had the scenario where you get dropped at midnight.
Imagine you get
pitch
dropped
black
in
ocean.
Somalia, bro. Out on the coast, bro. Pirate territory.
You might not even get dropped near anything. It's probably
Yeah, middle of
best
the
if you
ocean.
imagine if you get dropped next to like an island and it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the thing. But you might also get dropped in like the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, bro. Winter.
Or
Then big waves.
hypothermia as well. Oh, if you get dropped right where the waves are crashing, or you get dropped in a rip.
You get dropped in Hawaii, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. If you get dropped...
Oh, you get fit, bro. 30 seconds of hard swimming every day. You'd be shredded after 5
Or
years.
it could even be you get dropped in the middle of the ocean. You just lay on your back for 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Survival backstroke.
You'd have some days where it's really peaceful and it's actually enjoyable. And then
I just walk around with a floaty 24/7, bro. I'm not dying.
could you live with the fact that... Okay, so let's say day one. You've passed the challenge. It's easy. You're out in the middle of nowhere, but it was a beautiful summer's day and you just lay on your back. There was no sharks around, no stingrays, nothing that can harm you. Day two, you get a real bad day. So you get dropped in, let's go 3 a.m. Somewhere you can't see anything and you're just scrambling.
black.
You're so scared. You're so scared. You feel something touch your leg.
Oh, no.
You don't know what it is though. 30 seconds is up. How anxious are you feeling for day three?
Pretty anxious, but I just have a feeling the 100 mil would ease that.
Okay.
I really do. I think rich people say money doesn't bring you happiness because they don't want everyone to have the money.
Yeah.
I just think it brings so much relief and happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll be selfless.
Yeah, I'll do it too.
I'll give it a go.
What would you guys
Sounds
do?
like a good challenge to me. I like that.
I like that one too.
That keeps you ready every day. That keeps the blood flowing.
I
Like,
feel like if I can find that video, I might find it towards the end. It might be a bit too hard right now. There was a set of rules, I believe, towards the back end of it. And then I just kind of made up my own just then. But got a little story. So primary school, there's two stories and they're pissing related.
Yep,
AKA weeing, AKA, what's another name for going to the toilet? Yeah, not off the top of my head. There are lots of names though. You guys can also send those
taking
in.
a leak.
Yeah, taking a leak.
I never use that, but that is another one. I feel like that's a bit more American.
Heading down to Snakeville.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yep.
just made that one up.
Oh, yeah, it counts, bro.
Uh,
What are other terms?
Python time.
Yeah. Terms for
Wormwee.
going to pee. I think there's lots.
Yeah, no, there are. Off the top of our head. People,
Tinkle, piddle,
yeah,
going for a piddle.
piddle.
Yeah, yep. Taking a whiz, taking a leak.
I used to like saying going for a Wiz Khalifa.
Nice.
People didn't like that though. That was just
Using the John.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's American. Nah, sick.
Piddle. Anyway,
Piddle,
so
that's Aussie.
we would do this challenge in primary school, and I reckon, we would have been like 10 years old. And
What a time.
the aim was you go into the boys' toilet, to the urinal, and what are the urinals called? Just your standard long silver one. You step up onto it.
Urinal trough?
Yeah, but it wasn't like, because the trough is above ground, if that makes sense. Is there a difference between a single urinal and a longer one?
Like this one.
That one.
That's a trough urinal.
Trough urinal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I believe what's a single
I
one
think the single's just a urinal, right?
is just also a urinal, yeah.
Anyway,
Wall
so-
mounted urinals, floor mounted urinals, and then trough urinals.
Okay, the trough urinal was what we had
We
at
get
school.
treated like animals, honestly.
Now, the aim was who can pee the highest up the urinal.
Nice.
But our urinal ended at a certain height and then it was just white wall.
Oh no.
I remember my distance was just regular. Like some of these guys had crazy, crazy power. And you weren't looking at the penis. That wasn't a part of the
Yeah, yeah.
game. The game was you stand back, give them a few meters, and you watch them go to work. Mm-hmm. And then we'd use a little marker and mark whose was up.
Marks up.
With the initials.
Markers up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't remember who was the best at that game. But I remember we also had another. That was a fun game. I wasn't great at it, but it was a fun game. There was another one, though, where it was who could piss for the longest.
Nice.
So everyone, they get to go into...
Consistent stream, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they got to go into the cubicle.
Yep.
And we'd stand on the outside. We'd make sure they wouldn't have a water bottle, though, because obviously you can pretend. So we'd pat down a couple of people, and then they'd go in and they'd do their longest wee competition. I remember...
You win?
No. I was probably like a 40 seconds max or something. Because you would get disqualified if you stopped and then started again. And I was a bit like that, a bit disjointed.
Yeah.
But we had this one kid, went for like minute and a half.
Ooh.
Like solid minute and a half.
Were you just going crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like a horse. It's like I don't know how to do the noise.
Used to jumping up and down and stuff?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. That's
but
elite.
they're just some funny games that we'd play
In school, bro.
in school.
We always say Aussie primary school is magical, bro.
I love it, mate.
It really is.
Absolutely
It really
love
is.
it.
Now, Jamo, some crazy things been happening in the world this week. I couldn't believe it. Starting off, South Korea introduced martial law.
So I saw a few articles, but I need some explaining.
So the president said we're introducing martial law because of threats from North Korea, and he thought this was a great way to keep them safe.
So martial law is?
That's where the army takes over. There's curfews.
Oh.
You know, the parliament's suspended. Nothing else can happen. The president's fully in control. It's
Unreal.
basically military control. But the thing was, right, as soon as he did that, South Korean parliament were like, we don't want this. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bit of argy-bargy. The citizens aren't happy. Calls it off 6 hours later. So now they want his head.
Yeah.
They want him out of office. They're going, you're not the president for us. So he's failed big time with that.
I think it's fair to want his head,
Oh, yeah.
especially because he just goes, you know what, after he faced a bit of backlash,
Yep.
he backed out.
When you make a big call as a leader and you fail, you should be gone.
yeah, it's disgusting.
Like, you have to have a bit of better decision-making skills if you're the leader of a country, bro.
Agreed.
And next up, bro, this cold-blooded assassination. This is crazy. So this big health fund in America, United Health, I looked them up. They got about 300 billion revenue, 8th biggest company in America.
Not bad.
This CEO, bro, I've seen the video. Cold-blooded killer comes up behind him, mask, backpack, all black, silencer on the pistol, bang, bang, bang. Kills one of the biggest CEOs in the world, bro. Assassination.
From behind, though, he probably didn't even have a split second to know what was
Gun
happening.
jammed, guy goes, that finishes the job, bro. They haven't caught him yet. Cold-blooded killer.
Crazy.
I don't get it. Some people say it's like a bit of a fuck you to the big corporations,
Yeah.
the health corporations. I've seen a bit of that.
I heard rumors that there's a lot of people who try and get payouts from the corporation, and then they always have something within a contract that makes them not have to pay it out.
Yep.
And there was a couple of words. Dad was telling me that on the actual shells of the bullet,
Yeah, there was some words engraved.
and
Yep.
those words I believe were used in like
Oh, like
how do I explain it?
as an excuse as to why you can't get your money.
Correct.
Here we go. Shell casings were found with the words deny, defend, and depose.
yeah.
Wow.
Deny, defend, depose.
Imagine if that's what he said as he did it.
I reckon he was silent. Like if he had a silencer, he was wearing all black. He was chill. Bang, bang, bang.
Bro,
off he
with the
trots.
silencers, he's an assassin, bro.
Yeah.
Proper hitman. I wonder if he got paid for that.
Oh, I think he definitely would.
You'd want more than 25 grand for that.
Yeah. I think that he is going to be found though, because
Do you
there's
think he'll be seen as a bit of a hero in a way?
maybe to people who have been done wrong by.
I've seen a bit of that on social media. They're like, he'll be seen as this
Yeah.
mythical person. Like,
But then it's also like, was the CEO calling all of those shots?
yeah, I know. Imagine he's just a chill dude. Like,
Probably is.
what's this? I want to get a photo of him.
Just a chill guy. Or he could have been terrible.
He
but
he might have been a horrible person, but
also could have been a great bloke.
United Health CEO.
We honestly don't know anything about him as a person, so I'm not going to speak on that. He actually looks like
Why does he look like a decent guy?
Does that annoy you or does it make you like sad?
I feel, yeah. Well, no, like, I'm not a big fan of sort of assassinations in general. So, but I can, a lot of people seem to froth
That's
it
not
over.
what you were telling me off camera.
Brian Thompson, bro.
Brizza.
Brizza, bro. Bristle.
Bristle Thompson.
Oh, man. I want to read up on him, eh?
Bristle, eh?
Ah, Bristle. Well, he probably had a real good 50 years.
Yeah.
Like,
Or maybe, yeah. I don't know if he's had threats and this cloud over his head for a while.
oh no, apparently he was receiving some death threats.
Because
Yeah.
the longer a cloud's over your head, the more
You think
overcast
they would have had a
it
bit of
gets.
security around him if he's one of the biggest CEOs in the world?
Yeah.
But
Maybe
guess,
he
you know,
said, "Pfft, I'm Bristol T. I don't need security.
50
Who am I?"
50 years of age.
Poor bloke.
I mean,
Rest in peace, eh?
That's a short life, but it's decent.
Probably just over half a life.
Yep.
So he's fulfilled half of his legacy.
Then he got assassinated. Damn,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, at least he's left a lot of money for his family.
Yeah, that'll be sorted. Yeah.
Poor guy, though. Like, we don't know what really happened, like the ins and outs, but hey, it's never good when someone dies.
Facts, bro.
Unless they did something horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. Six-a-side deal. Heartbreaking night for me last night.
It was, mate.
You came along and watched.
did.
Rog didn't know because he bailed as he usually does. He is sick though, so
That's what he reckons.
Yeah. Do we excuse him? Maybe not.
Maybe.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But we lost 4-3 on the main stage. Went down 4-0. Things were looking real bleak.
Yep.
Scored a few late. Keeper got sent off.
Yep.
And then the last 5 minutes, it was just a stalemate. We couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, it was tough. Tough once you lost a player.
Yeah, but we still fight. I believe we're still in the top 3 type area.
Nice.
So we'll see how it goes. And I think 5 or 6 weeks left for that. So I'll give you guys another update soon. And then I got the call-up deal.
You did, mate. It's been coming.
Josh Rognetta plays cricket every Sunday in basically a 100-ball game.
Yep.
And, you know, it only goes for 2 hours. I've gone down and watched a couple of games. And I think just through being there.
Yep. They've thought, oh, he's keen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole time that was my plan.
Yeah.
Like, I never intended to play a full season of cricket ever again in my life.
You wanted a
for
game.
anyone. Yeah, I just got the itch because I'm out there looking at some of the bowlers and thinking maybe I could do some damage.
Yep.
In saying that, I could also get out first ball to the worst bowler in the world.
Yep.
So we'll see how it goes. That's on Sunday.
I wonder if Rog will even be ready. He reckons he's worse today, so he's got 2 days to recover for an important match.
Yeah, we're back filming on a Friday today. We filmed on a Sunday last week.
Yeah,
but
that was weird.
Yeah, on the Friday today. And yeah, Rog only has 2 days. Well, 1 day really.
Yep, to get fit.
So hopefully he'll be there and ready to go. But that'll be good. I might take the vlog camera and do a little bit because at least with cricket, when we're batting, I can just sit there with the camera on the bench. Like I don't have to be out there the whole time. So that'll be good fun. And there's not much pressure because Rog's team has finished on top of the ladder.
Nice. So it's a bit of a throwaway game.
Yeah. This is the last regular season game. Then
I think
they
the grand final's next week, but it's a semi and granny in 1 day.
Yes.
So Rog, they need to win their semi to get through.
Yeah. And that will be the day after the big races day.
Yeah, it's going to be elite.
That'll be crazy. Let's go with the voice message first.
Yeah. We've got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we have voice message. We have the Spanish voice messages, which I'm looking forward to. We have the first date segment, courts and confessions.
Let's get into it.
What an absolute episode we have here.
We hope you're enjoying the Jamo and Dylan show. It's now time to have your stories heard and your questions answered. To be featured on the potty, message the boys at Jamo and Dylan on Instagram.
All right, here we go. This one is from Flynn. And Flynn was one of the lost files.
Flinner.
Flinner, he has been... Oh, his first message was in March. He also said in this photo of us with Rog, he said that Rog kind of looks like Dobby from Harry Potter.
Ooh.
Dobby with a moustache.
That's disrespectful, man.
Here we go.
Hey boys, love the potty, long time listener here. I was listening to the pod this morning and heard your cue for funny camp stories, and I couldn't help myself but send this voice message. So I've got one of my own. I was on grade 11 camp. It was actually a leadership camp, which makes it like even more ironic, this story. But we were on leadership camp, and all the boys, we got told to like have showers and do all that stuff. So we all went to the bathrooms to have showers, and you know how it gets when there's all these boys in the bathrooms together, a bit silly. Anyway, one of my mates, he was helicoptering. I don't know if I'm allowed to describe what that means, but I hope you guys understand. He was helicoptering, all fun and games, until an hour later, he comes back to us and he was like, my nuts, they hurt so much.
For those who don't know what helicoptering is, it's swanging that thing around.
Yeah.
Pain persisted through the night, and then he went to a teacher and basically said like what had happened and all the pain he was in, and they like rushed him to hospital. And mind you, it was like a regional hospital because we were not like close to town like at all. It turned out he had to get like immediate surgery because he had a testicular torsion, twisted nuts. Came back to camp the next day with a jock strap and a fat scar down the side of his testicles, which he was super proud about. Just wondering, boys, if you guys know anyone that has also twisted their nuts, or because I swear to God it's pretty common, and like I had 3 boys in my grade through my high school education that twisted their nuts. So super random, but yeah, love the potty boys, keep up the good work. Ew.
Thanks for that message.
I don't know
Flynn.
anyone who's had that sort of injury.
No, I've heard a lot of it in sports.
Yep.
I've only known one person personally, and that was in primary school. Like he just ran twisted, and then he actually just twisted his nuts.
Yep.
But I've never like had someone too close
you've
to
seen
me
your
that's
big
done it.
hits, but I've never known anyone who's had a serious injury.
Yeah. I've heard of ruptured testicles.
Yeah, in the sporting realm.
Which is horrible. That's an impact injury. But yeah, let us know if you guys have had any nut injuries. What did he call
there's
it?
some bad ones.
Testicular torsion or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy.
All right. Spanish VMs?
Yeah, we need an intro for this.
If it keeps going, we'll get one. But we do have some lessons coming. So,
These 2 people are keen.
yeah.
to give
And I
lessons.
respect it.
So one of them is Maddie D. Maddie D has a Spanish-speaking partner who is
Nice.
teaching him the ropes. So
Alright.
he is learning. He is very much a beginner.
Let's learn.
And then the second is a girl who is half Spanish. And then we also have another person who isn't even a follower of our show. Someone suggested her as a Spanish speaker for us.
Okay.
Who will also be reaching out to us maybe for next week.
Yeah,
so
lovely.
let's start this off. I'm going to turn 1.5 off for the lesson because we need
Yes.
it to be slow. So let's go. This is from Matty D, who's going to just run us through and give us our Spanish lesson. We need to think of what the intro could be because I could be really like make it really fun with like a little Spanish music,
We'll work on it.
and we'll learn a Spanish phrase to say.
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go. Actually, that's a job for you guys who are giving us stories for next week. Give us a phrase we can learn that we can use, and that'll be behind closed doors. All right. Thank you.
All right, boys, so the first sentence we're going to learn in Spanish is I would like to reserve a table. To say I would like is quisiera. I would like quisiera.
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 Is that what it is it quisiera or quisiera?
Like is quisiera. I would like quisiera.
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 Nice. Quisiera.
All right, boys, so the first word is quisiera.
Quisiera.
The second word is reserve, so that is reservar. Quisiera reservar.
Ooh.
Well, I got to hear that again.
All right, boys, so the first word is quisiera.
Quisiera.
The second word is reserve, so that is reservar.
Ooh.
Quisiera reservar.
So it's basically reserved but sounds Spanish.
Quisiera reservar.
Reservar.
Quisiera reservar.
Quisiera reservar.
I want a deep Spanish voice, so I'm going to
Yeah.
drop it an octave.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I've learnt this through watching shows and stuff.
Yeah.
And when people, like, let's say, white Australians just try and speak another language and they try and do it in their accent,
Yeah.
that's not how you do it.
Quisiera reservar. No, I want
No.
Quisiera reservar.
Yeah. Quisiera reservoir.
In Spanish, bro, I'm some
Yeah.
movie actor, Antonio Banderas.
Quisiera reservoir.
Quisiera reservar. I like it. I would
Quisiera
like to reserve,
reservar.
and then we need a table, please.
And then at the end, you have a table. So a meaning one is una, and then table is mesa. So una mesa. So altogether we have quisiera reservar una mesa.
Oh, it sounds so elegante.
Quisiera reservar una mesa.
Quisiera reservar una mesa. Wait, is it
Quisiera.
mesa?
Mesa or mesa? I reckon it's mesa.
Then at the end, you have a table. So A, meaning one, is una, and then table is mesa. So una mesa. So altogether we have quisiera reservar una mesa.
His little R roll is good.
He's good. Quisiera reservar una mesa.
He actually didn't think that he was going to be on the podcast until I mentioned it.
Nice.
And now he's excited. Listen to this last bit.
And also, if you've got a request of something you want to learn or say, I'll just fucking learn it off the missus and, teach you.
Yeah, what do we need? We need like learning Spanish with Jamo and Dylan.
Yeah, I want dirty talk.
Give me some of that because that's part of our intro.
Yeah, so we need like
Something like that.
learning Spanish with Jamo and Dylan.
Jamo and Dylan.
Yeah. Oh man. But I want us to do it.
And then we'll have some music in the background. Dun, dun, dun. We're like Dora, bro, but for adults now.
We are.
Imagine we became like the biggest Spanish teaching. Like that's just our random niche thing. Like we teach people Spanish.
We could make high quality videos, no doubt.
Yeah. We'll probably let's do something for the world.
and
Learn
then-
Spanish with Jamo and Dylan.
People like travel agencies will hopefully reach out, airlines and stuff, and will say, we'll give you a trip to Spain.
Yeah.
And then
Take me to an El Clasico.
you know how there's like visit Qatar?
Yeah.
Visit Qatar.
Visit Spain.
Yeah.
España. All right.
And we can go to Barcelona and run amok.
I've already forgot it.
Quisiera reservar.
Una mesa. Quisiera
Is it
reservar una mesa.
Una mesa.
Messi.
All
That's
right.
them Spanish commentators, eh?
Now we have this one.
Let's do it.
Hi boys, can I just say it is a privilege and an honour. I'm just going to get straight into it. So today we're learning basics. We're going to start with good morning, how are you? Buenos dias. Good morning.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias, señorita.
Oh, yeah.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Quisiera reservar una mesa. Good morning. Can I reserve a table for two?
¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? Maybe we become like Spanish voiceovers for Australian shows, bro.
Really want you to hit those vowels. I don't want to hear any buenos dias. It's buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás?
You go.
Buenos días. ¿Cómo estás?
Sorry.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
We're doing well.
We are.
We'll give it our all. Don't you worry about that. Tillman.
Okay. Estoy bien. Estoy bien. I don't want to hear any.
Just
buenos
going back to hear
dias.
this.
It's buenos dias.
Buenos
¿Cómo estás?
días. ¿Cómo
Very
estás?
good. And in response to that, you can say, Estoy bien. Estoy bien. I am well. I am good.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
So you ask me that and I'll reply. So,
¿Cómo estás?
Yes.
Buenos días.
sorry. So go buenos dias.
Yep.
And
Buenos días.
then ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás?
And then what am I saying?
Is it?
Oh, wicket.
We didn't learn that. Wicket.
Yeah, probably not even a word in Spanish. Sorry, watching the test match behind us.
See you later, mate.
See you, Rohit.
What was it? Soy bien?
Maybe
Was it
Rohit the ball next time.
Oh. Here, we'll put that on. Oh, no, TikTok's not in India. I was going to say they would.
But they still appear on ours. Like,
Reels, though,
yeah,
they would hate that.
yeah.
Buenos días.
Yeah, so that's good morning.
Buenos días.
Buenos dias.
¿Cómo estás?
And then I say,
Something bien. I forgot.
estoy bien.
Estoy bien?
I think so.
Estoy bien. Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
Estoy bien.
So now we'll flip it. Now I'll do it to you.
Yeah.
Buenos dias. ¿Cómo estás?
Estoy bien.
Wonderful. All right, next.
Estoy bien.
Next. The informal one we can use.
Yeah.
is like sup, bro. Like, what's up? So we can say, ¿Qué pasa, bro? ¿Qué pasa, bro?
Bro.
Yes, I just said bro, but with a Spanish accent. But they say that. This is in Spain anyway. So yeah, you can say, ¿Qué pasa, bro?
¿Qué pasa, bro?
¿Qué pasa, bro?
You can say, ¿Qué pasa, tía? ¿Qué pasa, tía?
Tía.
Really want you to commit on the
Tía.
vowels.
Oh, we are committing on the vowels.
¿Qué pasa, bro? ¿Qué pasa, bro?
¿Qué pasa, bro?
I like that.
¿Qué pasa, bro?
¿Qué pasa, tía?
¿Qué pasa, bro?
Is it tía?
Is it tia or dia?
Tía. Tía. ¿Qué
¿Qué
pasa?
pasa?
¿Qué pasa, bro?
Bro.
Commit on the vowels. ¿Qué pasa, bro?
Oh, damn, it's with a Q.
One of,
Queupasa.
¿Qué pasa, bro? ¿Qué pasa, tía?
Tia?
Buenos días. Buenos días. Nice, bro. We learned some
¿Qué pasa,
phrases.
tia? Meaning. She says, let me know if you have any questions. The informal ones are very Spanish and from Spain, so the Latinos might come at me, but oh well.
It's okay. We can get maybe we can then get like a Latino in to help us and
Yeah.
we can do both variations.
Also with the R, you're like tapping your tongue against the roof of your mouth. Bro.
Bro.
It's like
Bro.
a D.
Oh.
Bring it forward a bit
I can feel that.
more. Bro. Just practice.
Bro.
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 ¿Qué pasa, bro?
Bro.
Bro. ¿Qué pasa, bro? ¿Qué pasa, bro? And you got to do
¿Qué pasa, bro?
¿Qué pasa, bro? Nice, bro.
Now I've
I
gotta
feel
get
like
a
I've learned a
tan.
lot today.
I got to be beachside with a tan, some sick
I'm
sunglasses.
just going to say this shit at Cottesloe, bro.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm
¿Qué pasa,
Spanish.
bro?
¿Qué pasa, bro?
You can pass.
Buenos
You get
dias.
a good tan. So
I'm going to work on it hard now.
Spanish VMs.
That was sick. This is
Thank
my
you.
new favorite segment, actually.
was elite.
This has given me a bit of energy,
I
bro.
hope that these
Bro.
two enjoyed that and they will feel the passion for next week as
Oh,
well.
we'll tell them to send an update.
And you know what we're doing?
Every week.
We are helping thousands learn Spanish as well.
That's going up on TikTok. Spanish with Jamo and Dylan. It's the new series that's going to take over the world, bro.
And you know what they're going to do when they listen? They're going to learn it and they're going to do it in their car.
Yep. Professor
there-
Matty and Professor Megan.
I mean, you guys. Maddie D and Megan. Shout out.
Elite, bro. We'll need...
Was that Maddie D?
Yeah, I'm going to tell him we'll need some lessons for next week.
Yeah. And then maybe these people will get big as well.
Yeah.
They can be,
Start their own Spanish.
for their respective states that they live in, they can be that.
Yes. All right. Should we get into the first date voice message?
Yes.
Let's do
yes,
it.
Yes.
Hey lads, just responding to your worst first date stories. This one isn't really the date itself that was bad, but getting to the date is where it was bad. I was running late. I was leaving when I was supposed to be getting to the date. So that's one part that already makes it bad. And then the second part was because I was running late, I ended up getting an e-scooter instead of walking because we were going to have a couple of drinks, couldn't drive there. And so yeah, I ended up taking an e-scooter to the place that we were going to meet up. And as I was riding the e-scooter, I ended up stacking it and cutting my hand up pretty bad. And I kept riding the scooter, and as I was riding, I saw these people that were selling like the Bible, and I was like, oh, they seem like they could help me. So I went over to them and I asked if they had any water to wash it down with, and they did. So then I ended up washing my hand with the water from the people that were selling like the Bible and the self-help classes and that, and ended up rocking up to my first date with holding a tissue to my hand as it's continuing to bleed and being about 30 minutes late to my first date. Anyway, long story short, we ended up having a very good first date, and now we've been dating for 5 months, so it all worked out in the end.
That's crazy.
Why did she put up with that? You've shown up drunk, late, bleeding on a scooter.
I didn't think it was happening. The one thing about that is that he can actually give her a story when he gets there.
True.
Like, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. It's like, why you do look so grubby? Your
Yeah.
hands are all cut up. Everything's hurting. Oh, well.
I'll be telling my daughter to leave that. 2 minutes late, bro.
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful, bro.
E-scooter. Imagine, is that an ick? Has
Oh,
to be.
bro. You roll up to the first date on an e-scooter. Jesus.
All right, moving on to our second one. Now, this is actually from the 22nd of November, one of the lost files. But it actually does work for our segment today. All right, I was 15 at the time working at KFC. This boy who was a year older than me was interested in me. Me being young and naive, I obviously went for him. You know, boy that's a year older, there's a little bit of an element.
The classic love story.
We were together for around a week at this point, and I wanted to hang out outside of work, so we planned to meet up, and he ghosted me twice. I was done with the relationship at that point and ended things. That weekend, he asked me to come over to his house. I obviously declined because I didn't want anything to do with him after he did that twice. I went to work instead, and the next day I get a message from his friend asking if it was true that we slept together. I was a virgin at the time, so I said, hell nah, and I was pretty offended. I then went to Snapchat to speak to him and confront him about what he said. He ended up telling me how much he loves me. They were together for 2 weeks. And then he sent me a nude. When I say it was the smallest little pecker I had ever seen.
Pecker, bro.
Pecker.
Little peck.
That's crazy. He then went on to tell me after I said nothing back that he cheated on me with this girl named Paige. Oh. Fake name. And she was 10 out of 10, drop dead gorgeous girl. And I was like, no chance you got with her. He kept saying it and he kept harassing me. So I went to my friend to discuss it. And in that conversation, I called him Shrimpy. This led to my entire store nicknaming him Shrimpy. He's only been referred by this name for 3 years until he quit. Karma is a bitch.
Shrimper.
Called him Shrimpy in his workplace. He probably thinks getting to work after school is like a little place where he can get away from that stuff.
Is ridiculous. My
outrageous.
God. Met with this chick on Tinder back in 2018, and she was a bigger chick. She got a train into the town I lived, as she didn't live too far away from me at the time. We walked from the station to the park in complete silence, as I didn't know what to say, as it was my first time doing this face-to-face. We ended up kissing, and afterwards I walked back to the station to go to a mate's. She ended up texting me, and I just never replied back. She was crying on the train home. Just recently, I got back in contact with her to tell her my feelings for her, and the next day I found out she had some guy in her back pocket the whole time. It broke me because I thought she was the one, boys. Oh. Love you, boys. Keep up the sick work in the new year, and Merry Christmas.
That's so sad, man.
But he kind of couldn't give a fuck about her, so
yeah.
Comes around, doesn't it?
Goes around, comes around. Went to an Asian restaurant with a girl from New Zealand, and she started dropping the N-word.
That can't happen.
It can't happen.
That can't happen.
The fact that it just happened in general is crazy.
And on a first date in a restaurant?
Even crazier. Restaurant, lots of people around.
He's probably thinking, oh my God, like.
Outrageous.
All right, well, we got a couple court cases.
Yes, we do.
Let's move on.
You're about to enter the courtroom of Jamo and Dylan. The people are real, the cases are real, and the rulings are final. This is Jamo and Dylan's courtroom.
All right.
Let's get into it. Hey boys, long-time listener, first-time sender with a bit of a court case for you. So the other day I went out on a date with this girl from Tinder. At this point, we'd only been talking for a while, but the vibes were good. Fast forward a little, we make plans to link up, but they fall through until she asked me to go bowling with her and her friends. So the day comes and about a 2-hour drive to go see her. I get to the bowling alley, step out the car, and turns out she's very large. Very short, very fat, and her age, and I'm just thinking, what the fuck? And since I'm already there and I want to go bowling, I do. Yeah. Goes along with the date anyway. Turns out it was the wrong move, as the night consisted of her trying to sit on me, touch me, etc.
Sit on you is crazy.
When we finish our games, one of the friends say to go out for some cheeky KFC, which in the moment I agreed, but as soon as I got in the car, I had a decision to make, either go with them to eat or drive home since it'll take a while. I ended up blocking her and everything and drove home. I told my boys a story and half of them agree I made the right choice and the other half calling me an asshole for dipping. I'm positive I made the right choice as she didn't disclose her weight prior to meeting.
Disclosing your weight isn't something you have to do, but you should know what you're getting yourself into. So there should be, full body photos on display. So at least you both know what it is.
Yep.
I really dislike catfishing.
Yep.
And I really dislike, and look, I've never been a victim of it. I know people who have been victim of it.
Oh,
but I
yeah.
can only imagine how I would feel.
It would hurt.
Yeah. There should be, in order to have a dating app, it should have to consist
You need to
of
be
a
accurate.
couple of photos that aren't just the face.
Yes.
At
Completely
least full
agree.
body.
I completely agree.
Because you don't want to, like, this is being a respectful person. It is, you don't want to waste their time.
Yep.
And the time wouldn't have been wasted if you had have known.
We've also got a cheating story from this same person.
Oh, wow. What a tough life.
I found out that she had cheated on me with one of my associates. I came across this information a couple of weeks before her birthday. I attended. I only gave her a card saying we're over and dipped after she read it. Little bit petty, but oh well.
Little bit. Yeah. But that's all right.
That's all right. Well, he's had a
pass
few
it.
things happen to him, I'll tell you that.
Poor bloke. Hey, boys, just a quick story. Me and the boys are on a lads trip in Bali. We've just found out that one of our best mates comments on porn videos. What are your thoughts on this topic? Love your work. You'll have that mansion on the water in no time.
Thank you for that. I agree. I appreciate the positive thoughts. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is the court case, and in the courtroom, we find him guilty.
Guilty.
Now,
The other person was, I forgot to give him a verdict. I feel like not guilty for dipping in the first date because they hadn't disclosed information about themselves.
yeah, and look, as I said before, you don't have to send what you weigh.
Exactly.
It's just you need a visual of the person.
you need to have an
before
idea.
You see them.
This person, guilty, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, guilty.
That's serial killer behavior.
Yeah, I also think that there's a certain type of person that does it, and I would assume they're not very trustworthy.
Yep.
Because it is like a mega creep thing to be doing. But then at the end of the day, the people that make these videos, they probably want some feedback.
100%. They want some positive. They want to go, I did good.
So is there a place in the world for it? Yes. Do we condone it?
No.
Probably not, no. So that's your verdict. Your friend is guilty. But I hope the Bali trip was good fun.
Yes, I'm sure it was. All right, we got one confession.
It's now time to dive into your deepest and darkest confessions. Let's hear what the people have to get off their chest.
All right, let's get into this one.
Last year, I was with a girl and was also talking/Snapchatting her best friend.
Oh, yep.
When the girl I was talking to went to sleep, I sent a video of to her, intending it to be sent to her. I sent a video of to her, intending it to be sent to her friend as well, who I was Snapchatting.
Wait, he was intending to send to both.
Yeah, bro.
A double pecker.
To make things worse, I couldn't. Oh, wait. I think he's written it wrong. I think he means he intended it to be sent to her, but not the other one, even
Right,
though he's
yeah.
written intended. Okay.
Idiot.
To make things worse, I couldn't delete the Snapchat, and when she woke up and opened it, the next morning she was at coffee with her parents and was supposed to be taking a selfie with her little sister for me, but opened my Snapchat in front of her and blocked me the next day.
Yeah, and it's fair enough.
And that's definitely fair enough. Definitely
You disgusting
fair enough.
pervert. You perverted little fucking weasel.
Yep.
How about next time, don't send your pecker to a girl? How about send like a nice message?
Yeah.
And then maybe in real life she can see it if the circumstances are right.
Yep.
Don't have to rush the pecker.
100%, bro.
Now, I find early nudes psychotic.
Yeah. What you
How
doing?
can you put that much trust in a stranger?
Yeah. Yep.
And maybe I'm paranoid about that, but I think that it's fair.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Crazy.
I agree.
Early nudes are wild.
I agree, bro.
Fuck it. He's in the courtroom
And
now.
you want a bit of guilt?
Guilty.
Couple years behind bars?
Guilty. But I also feel for him as well because it was unintentional.
Yes, it was an accident. You can't delete that stuff.
But that's how you learn. You make
Yes,
those
you live
accidents.
and you learn.
What an episode, Dill.
What a great episode. That's
Great
jam-packed.
stuff. You know what? I could actually use the harmonica for break up the segment purposes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So like we finish first dates, onto the courtroom.
And you move on.
Yeah, that might be good because then I won't have to do as much editing.
Yep.
Trim it all up and shit. All right, thank you guys. Love that episode. It was good fun. Big Who's Punching coming up, so enjoy that one. And
A couple of big ads we're recording too.
Yep.
Let's do
also,
it.
yeah, I want you guys to like this if you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't. We're nearing 20,000 subscribers. I want you to follow us on Instagram. I want you to subscribe to us on Spotify, follow us on Spotify, and even leave a comment because you can do that on Spotify down the bottom. It will help with our engagement. Much love. We'll see you next week. And we need to learn goodbye in Spanish.
Adios.
Yeah.
Adios. Adios.
Adios. Adios, amigos.
Adios.
Thank you for listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show. Make sure to subscribe to the boys on YouTube and share the podcast with a mate.